It's been one of the most devastating emotional experiences for both Tish and I to go through. Absolutely, shattered our hopes and dreams for this future. And I look to hang on to hope.
It sure would be nice to keep this screen along here. You can see that there's green trees up there, and those are gonna be habitat when, all of the private lands are logged after the fire. So those are gonna be super important for all sorts of critters.
We always knew that in retirement we wanted to live on the river, and the McKenzie River was our top choice because, look at it, it's such a fabulous river.
I ran a computer camp at the university where over 20 years brought kids down this river about 60 times with different rafting organizations. Fell in love with it, and I'm a fly fisherman. And this is some of the most pristine water and some of the most exciting fly fishing.
This house came on the market and it was our perfect house. And out of the blue, we own this beautiful home. And we closed on it on his birthday 3 weeks before the holiday farm fire. Working with Oregon Wild, I learned the beauty of fire in a forest. However, when it's on your own property, it feels a little bit different. But I do have an appreciation for what a fire does and how it is fundamental in the regeneration of a forest.
The holiday farm fire just burned through this area earlier this year. We're worried that the federal land managers here at the BLM might propose to log some of these forests after the fire, which can be really damaging. It damages the soil, it damages the natural recovery and all the structures that are out there that are actually proven to be really good for fish.
One of my very favorite parts of this entire property was this opposite bank behind me. It was so lush and so green and so beautiful. So this is one of the hardest pieces for me, is seeing that the fire moved through that bank. What we're hoping will happen is that there will be natural regeneration of this hillside behind us and all of this area around us. What we don't want to happen is to have salvage logging go on back here. It will be the worst thing for this forest. We want to see this forest regenerate naturally, creating snags, areas for wildlife, and that's the best way to replenish the soil and to have this be a healthy forest for generations to come.
So logging in an area like this would do a lot of damage, and so we're worried that that might happen without additional protections. Much of it is protected as a wild and scenic river under the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act, further upstream where it flows through the Willamette National Forest. Here, we're surrounded by federal lands that are managed by the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management, and it's an incredibly special stretch that is really scenic. It has great fish habitat, and there's some important tributary streams that come in from both the south and the north here on BLM land, where most of the forest hasn't been logged. And that's really unique in this part of the McKenzie Valley.
This river has been here for a long time and will continue to be here for a long time. Fire will continue to be a part of this landscape. It's us that needs to adapt to this new reality. We need to stand back and get out of the way and let nature do what she needs to do to heal herself.